Hi, my name's Andrea, and I want to share with you guys how to run successful challenge groups because it was brought up last night in our team page. And so I thought, instead of waiting, let me share with you the best tips that I can give you on how to run a successful challenge group. So first of all, before we even begin, I want you to know that, people are going to join your challenge group because of you. And they want to be a part of you and your time and what you're doing. And so when they come on board into your challenge group, understand that inviting people to the challenge group, that's just the beginning. Really keeping them engaged and making sure that they feel safe and supported and that they're successful in the challenge group, that's where the real work begins. And I'll tell you, I used to not really run great challenge groups. I would just use the scripts and the posts, and I would use the Hootsuite, and literally anybody could schedule posts in Hootsuite and just make sure they come up automatically every single day. And that's how I used to run my challenge groups. And I couldn't understand why my challengers A, weren't being successful, and B, why I wasn't connecting with them enough. And so when I started to make these changes that I'm going to share with you guys on how I run the challenge groups, I've noticed a huge difference. And I'm so much closer to the girls in my challenge groups, and they are having amazing success. But before I share with you the tips, I want you guys to know that there's things that you can do to help people be successful, and we'll go over those, but you can't do it for them. And sometimes people will purchase a program, buy a challenge pack from you. They'll tell you that they want to, but then they fall off after a week, or they fall off after 2 weeks or 21 days, and you don't hear from them. And that just means that the timing wasn't right for them in their life. And that's okay, because we all are kind of on our own journey. And so if you know that you've done everything you could do to support them, to make them feel safe and encouraged, and they still kind of dropped off, just realize that you can't do this for them, and that it's not the right time for them. And so know that, and it happens a lot. But how do we run a challenge group that can be successful, that at the end of the day, when we go to sleep, we know that we've done all we could for those people that trusted us enough to join our challenge groups? Okay, so first of all, after somebody commits to the challenge group, I like to find out a little bit more about them. I want to know why they wanted to join the group, and what their biggest struggles are. Even more so than just through the Facebook messages and the little bit you found out through the inviting process. And so this may be a form that you create, and you ask them these questions, or maybe it's a Google form that you send people out, but all of your challengers are going to fill out some type of questionnaire that you create, or maybe it's a phone call that you schedule to allow you to get to know them better. Because I have found that this isn't just about a physical transformation. It's about your mind, body, and soul. If somebody gets to be 20, 30, 40, 100 pounds overweight, it's not usually just because they have bad habits. Something else is going on. They're going through stuff. We all go through stuff in life. And so if you want people to have the best success that they possibly can, when you look at these challenge groups, you need to realize that it's about their mind, body, and soul, all of it combined. And so it's very important to understand where your challengers are coming from. If you don't yet have this form created, or you don't have a Google form yet, then create one. And it's pretty simple to do, or talk to your upline and see if they have one, or post on the team page and ask to see what other people's look like. And then you can create yours or use someone else's based on kind of what you want to know. So that's what I do first. I want to get to know my challengers. I open up my challenge group, and I run a rolling group. So what does that mean? Some people, they have like a hard start and a hard finish date. And that's okay. But I've found that, I keep my challenge group open for the whole month. Because with shipping and days that people order, it's really hard to kind of coordinate everybody on the exact same day. And so my challenge group is month long, and people kind of filter in. And then those that want to continue on, then they'll just roll into the next month's group. But the first week, it's like a prep week. So I ask people to introduce themselves to the group, to take their before pictures, to take their before weights and their before measurements. And we talk about the importance of all three of those, because if you're just basing things on the scale, then you're going to feel frustrated and vice versa. And then they share those. If someone isn't comfortable yet sharing their pictures in the group, then I ask them to just send them to me privately. And then also I ask them to break down their goals for the week. So instead of focusing on the full 21 days, what is your goals this week? What do you want to accomplish this week? So that's because that's more attainable and it's easier. I also incorporate personal development into this. So I introduce the podcast app to them, and a lot of people know about it, but a lot of people don't. And I tell them how podcasts and personal development has changed my life. And I actually screenshot my phone and what my Purple podcast app on my iPhone looks like, and then also what the podcast app for an Android looks like. And then I asked them all to download Brendon Burchard's The Charged Life. And the reason I asked them to begin there is because his podcasts are pretty short, about 8 to 10 minutes, and it covers so many different topics. And I asked them, download this, and every single morning when you're driving to work or dropping the kids off at school, instead of listening to music or the morning shows that you listen to or talking on the phone, I want you guys to listen to one podcast a day. Pick whatever one you want on Brendon Burchard's The Charged Life channel. And then I want you to report back what you listened to today, because this is going to start helping change their thoughts. And I really think that's an important piece. So anyways, I do incorporate personal development, and I literally lay it out for them. And so that's kind of the prep week. And then the other thing is that I'm really getting away from the scripts and posting more from my heart. Now, granted, there's some posts, in the Beachbody scripts that I still will use if it's appropriate, but I'm giving my heart to these people, and I'm in it with them. I'm literally doing these programs with them. We're all doing 21 Day Fix together, or we're at least committed to a program. Maybe I'm doing size and they're all doing 21 Day Fix, or whatever it is. But nothing is just an automatic scheduled anymore. I'm literally sweating with them, and I'm posting with them, and I'm leading by example. And what that does is my heart's in it more. You can't lead a challenge group if you yourself are not committed to the program. And I don't care if you're in amazing shape right now and you don't have an ounce to lose on you. And I don't care if you're 100 pounds overweight and there's no way you could do Insanity, but you got 3 girls that are doing it. Wherever you fall on that spectrum, you have to be committed to a program. You have to be committed to Shakeology and daily personal development if you're going to truly connect with the people in your challenge group. So I'm posting sweaty pics, and they're real life seeing videos of me cooking and just kind of sharing my journey. And it's so funny because they're doing it too. And I'm sharing my pictures, and sometimes they're super embarrassing before pictures or whatever. But when I do it, they do it. And we just have more of a connection. And when you have that connection with people, you're building the relationship. So I'm mentally in it. If you're crazy busy with life right now and you're not getting your workouts in and you're just, faking leading a group, you won't be connected as much because your heart's not going to be in it and they're going to feel it. And that's just the truth. Another thing that I have been doing that seems to be working really well is I'm checking in weekly via Facebook message. I'm checking in with every single challenger and I'm asking them, how are you doing? Tell me your biggest struggle this week and tell me your successes. Are you listening to the podcast? What do you think? How are things going? How's your spouse supporting you? Are your kids loving, the meals that you're cooking? I'm literally having a conversation via inbox as well once a week. Sometimes people won't respond, and that's okay. But the ones that do respond, I'm building an even closer relationship with them. But each week, every Wednesday of each week, I am messaging and sending out these check-ins with every single challenger. If I don't hear from somebody and they're just kind of AWOL and it's now the third week and they're not posting in the group and they're not responding to my messages, I send them a message and I just say, hey, I know you're probably crazy busy and maybe this just isn't the right time for you. But when you're ready, know that I'm here and I will do everything I can to help you when you're ready in your life to really commit to this. And then I just bless and release. And I'm still there and I'm still encouraging them, but I'm no longer, I'm not upset that they're not responding or checking in, and I don't take it personal, but I also let them know it's okay. I understand. I've been there. Life sometimes gets crazy and it's just not the right time. So that is kind of how I'm running my challenge groups. With the weekly check-in, the prep week, getting to know them through that questionnaire, incorporating personal development, and no longer really using scripts in my challenge groups per se or scheduled posts, but I'm literally giving them my heart, my blood, sweat, and tears. I'm in it with them. And when you can do that, you're connected better with them. And I think when you have that connection with them, they're more apt to stay on board. They're more apt to be successful, and you're helping them along the way. And to be honest, challenge groups are a foundation of your business. You've got to help people, and you help them through challenge groups. And when you run challenge groups, then that funnels into, they tell their friends about it, and then they're bringing their friends into your next challenge group, and then they organically become coaches. And so you can talk to them about coaching, and because you've spent, 2 rounds of 21-day fix with them and connecting with them, when you do invite them to coaching or they come to you about coaching, you guys are legitimately friends and you know each other, and it makes sense for them to join. It makes sense for them to become a part of what you're doing because they're connected to you and you've helped them be successful and change their life with losing weight and feeling better and all of that. So those are my tips on running a challenge group. I hope that helps. And if you have any questions, let me know and I will be sure to help you.